a prestige fight under European Thai boxing rules. In the blue corner we have DERRICK fighting out of Wicker Camp in Sheffield and trained by Mick Mullaney. In the red corner we have DERRICK fighting out of Siam Dornadair in Glasgow and trained by John Craig. This fight's been fought over 5 2-minute rounds under European Thai boxing rules.
This fight is about Mehdi Firouzi and Daniel DERRICK, and they've wasted no time, especially Mehdi.
I think the word is a ding-dang that I didn't do, because everything else is being thrown in there. Unbelievable. Mehdi's just gone in with that awesome combination, and then Daniel just stopped him with one technique there, knocked him back a little bit. But they have wasted no time. You'd have thought this was a 3-rounder. Wow.
That's right, and as you said, Mehdi definitely the busier, but twice Daniel's rocked him with the single shot in return.
Oh, and a solid knee too, yes. I mean, good job Daniel has got a very tight guard, but Mehdi has literally been, he's come out of there like a horse in a horse race. Unbelievable. Like the Grand National.
Yes, he seems a man in a hurry. As you said, Daniel unfazed, tucked up well, defended well.
Correct. That's a good sign, because we've seen, Malcolm, you and I have seen this, where fighters are in what's called, and in every fight game, it's called getting caught cold. You come out thinking, I've got 5 rounds, I'll take my time, and boom, caught cold. Luckily Daniel was ready for that. Mehdi took the low kick, shakes his head. Mehdi though, he's got the white shorts with the red and blue trim, blue gloves, and Daniel DERRICK in the blue and white Scottish flag colours with the red gloves. Both fighters look at the same height and obviously the same weight, I would guess. I got told at the weigh-in, Master Sken was telling me last night that everybody made the weight. He was very pleased, and that is another thing, a promoter's nightmare. You can get everything down to the last thing, all the fighters turn up, which is more like, which basically they did. Only one fighter changed, at the weigh-in, and there was only one fighter who didn't make the weigh-in, but he went to the sauna, made the weigh-in, everything perfect. And these two obviously did make the weight, and they put on a great performance.
Yes, good shot to the body there from he set out his stall early, but Daniel, worryingly for him, looks totally unrocked. The thing that is surprising is they've both taken totally clean shots and walked through them.
Again, that's a good sign of conditioning in the gym. The trainer's done a great job on them. The fighters will spend as much time conditioning as they will on attacking. That is the main part of Muay Thai. There's so much involved. I know people know this and that, but they'll be in the gym anything from 4 to 6 times a week. They'll probably be running anything from 2 to 4 times a week on top of that.
And here we go again, Sandy, toe to toe. They shake their heads and go again.
And that's all, rounds and rounds on bags, Thai bags, rounds and rounds on Thai pads, focus mitts, rounds and rounds of sparring. There'll be press-ups, sit-ups, squats, stretching, and some fighters even go to the gym and do a little bit of light weights as well. All these things that are, part and parcel of what you see here.
And the reverse can also happen to fatigue, can't it? You get in that zone where you feel like you can go forever. What made me say that is Daniel just smiled as if finally he's beginning to enjoy the fight. That may sound strange to viewers, but he smiled. You get into that zone where it's all working, your fitness is coming out, and I think at the moment these two are enjoying it, so we're actually seeing the opposite of fatigue.
That's right, and that's where each fighter, you said, they're acknowledging each other, and it has made a good match. This is very, very equal, Malcolm. It's difficult to score because both fighters are putting equal amounts of action in, equal amount of intensity, and equally scoring. There are good scoring techniques from both fighters, and we've seen a full array. Look at that, knees, we've seen boxing, everything's going in there. We're kicking, both fighters clinch work, and they both move very well. And for the first time, there we've seen Mehdi, even though he's shaking his head, he does look like he's breathing a little bit heavy there, but understandably.
That's right, 3 frantic rounds already with 2 to go.
In fact, both fighters have backed off a little bit. I mean, Daniel is sort of coming forward a little bit, and it's no wonder they took a bit of a breather in that round. We can't complain, can we, Malcolm, really?
No, 3 excellent rounds there, full-blooded, and as we said before, what separates this from some other fights that we've seen is everything they're throwing is, as we said, on all levels, 100%. And they set out their stalls from the opening moments of round one, and that hasn't changed. And I think you're right, Sandy. We should also factor in the friendly, but nonetheless rivalry between the two camps.
Absolutely, because we've seen smiles, and that brought a smile. I mean, he just took a left high kick there. Just luckily it was with his foot. If it had been the shin, it might have been lights out.
But it spurred Mehdi on there. As you said, Daniel took it well.
And come back with a nice right hand himself over the top.
You can hear the passion from John Craig there. He's saying, step up, step in. Maybe he feels his lad is the fitter of the two if he really pushes the issue. But he walked onto a stiff right there.
And I just said use the hands. I mean, both of them are using the hands, using the feet, using the weapons really well. Good low kick there from Daniel. And again, you know, it's no wonder these fighters are going to take a few. A nice low kick again. You know, it's no wonder these fighters are taking a heavy breath because they've put so much into those first 3 rounds. Well, this is testing time round 4. It is a very, very important round.
As we see so many times in the Muay Thai we've commentated on, rounds 4 and 5 are almost defining, aren't they, Sandy? They really do and can change the whole tempo and outlook of the fight.
Totally. That's the thing. And then, you know, in Thailand, that's the word they say, the money round is the 4th round. And then, you know, and then the deciding factor will be the 5th. And sometimes some fights are actually won in the 4th as well because the fighter can be that far ahead. The fighter in the, you know, the 5th round, the other guy just thinks, well, I can't win this, you know, and sometimes back off. Don't see too much of that in Europe and in England because everybody, you know, you're in with a puncher's chance, as they say, and, you know, it isn't over till the fat lady sings, and I can't see many fat ladies around me. Got a very beautiful Lucy Tasman camp up at the side. Tasman's at the side of us here, beautiful. Okay, and she won't mind me saying that, but yeah, there's no fat ladies singing, and these two obviously want to see the final bell, I'm sure, because they put a great performance up.
Yes, it's still only round 4. Superb conditioning, Sandy. Another superb round for us.
Testament to themselves and the camp and the trainers.
I, for one, certainly wouldn't complain with a draw. I know we never really like that, but my heart would go out to one of these two young men if this 5th goes in exactly the same way, if they were to lose. It's one of the rare occasions I'm actually, in a way, hoping for a draw.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've got to absolutely agree with you, Malcolm, because when you see both fighters put 101% in each, and then, you know, 101 and 101, you know, that means a draw. And I know, like you said, we don't like to see a draw. But in fairness, that is why draws are part of the scoring system. And I'm glad they are. Some people say they should take draws out. I don't. You know, joint first, you can't beat that, can you?
No, and I said, I must admit, both these men have won me over. They've given us a fight tonight of just pure aggression and determination and will to win. And I said, you will feel for whoever if they do lose this, which is a possibility. But as I said, I very rarely root for a draw, but I am on this occasion.
I've got to go with you wholeheartedly, Malcolm, because, you know, they have just done nothing but give us a real test of fitness, test of technique, test of the mental amount of these two fighters, because they took a lot of punishment as well as give it. And they're both still there doing it, and it is, you can't separate them with a razor blade.
And the pace has slowed, but not dramatically, has it? 4 and 5. The tempo has kept up far more than we had any right to hope for.
Indeed. I mean, you know, we said that at the start in the early parts of this fight. Will they be able to keep that up? And they have, actually. They've not. They've only dropped probably, you know, from 100% action the first 3 rounds with a slight, you know, slightly down on at the end of the 3rd. But the 4th round, 95%. And again, it's 95% again here. The maid is bleeding now. His hands are low. He does look slightly more tired than Daniel. Not much, though, I might add. By very little. And I don't think tiredness actually makes a decision for the judges. But, you know, it's what actually has landed. It's been a great battle. And on top of that, and I forgot to mention, it's an England versus Scotland match. Mehdi keeps shaking his head, but, you know, you don't want to be taking them.
What a great fight. What a great fight.
Well, Mehdi had his hands up, but so's Daniel. And I really wish for a draw, Malcolm.
I agree, Sandy. I wholeheartedly hope for that as well, because these two young men have really given us a fight to be proud of and non-stop entertainment.
The scores now from the judges. Judge A scored the bout 49-48. Judge B 50-48. Judge C, 49-47. We have a unanimous decision in favour of the blue corner, Diyako FIROOZI.
What between